Hello again, everyone. It's Mark Dempsey. I'm an author and journalist, and today we're going to be talking about that little utility company in New Orleans called Entergy. And I want to give you a behind-the-scenes look at exactly what goes on at Entergy every day in their so-called social responsibility department. Now, Entergy wants you to know they really care about people, and they especially care about kids, and they rightfully should, because New Orleans and Louisiana as a whole has some of the lowest test scores in America. The kids there just are not learning. They also have some of the highest dropout rates in the country. Kids drop out of school left and right, thousands of them every single year. And that really doesn't bode well for the future of Louisiana. So I thought that Entergy would really take an interest in a project that I had that would reduce the dropout rate, that would encourage kids to read, that would give them a love for learning. And boy, was I ever surprised, because when I tested their public relations statements about how much they cared about kids and how much they cared about education, they got a big fat F. That's right, a big fat F. And I want to tell you my story. Well, what happened? The first person that I contacted was Patty Riddlebarger. Yes, Patty Riddlebarger. She is the Director of Social Responsibility there at Entergy. And I left a voicemail for her, and I told her that I didn't want any money, and I didn't want a grant or something like that. I just wanted a corporate partner that could see the particular project through. Well, she called me back, and she also emailed me, and she said, "Hey, send me the proposal." Well, that was very interesting. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Send me the proposal. I guess she's really interested. So I sent her the proposal. I spent hours on it. I wrote her a 2-page letter. I put documents in the proposal that showed clearly that Louisiana and the other 3 states that they service would measurably benefit from the project. I gave her all the information that she needed to have in order to make an intelligent decision. Well, what happened to the proposal? It just sat on her desk for an entire week. Didn't do anything. So I gave her a call and I said, "Hey, Mark Dempsey here. Did you get a chance to review my proposal?" And then she started out with that corporate BS, that big line to try to make me feel good. "Yes, Mark, well, I just want to let you know that I really appreciate your ambition and your courage and your passion and all those things to help kids in Louisiana, to make them good students and so forth. But just to be very honest with you, we don't fund projects like this." Well, my jaw just hit the floor, because you see, I had told her in my letter that I didn't want any money from her. I had said in an email I did not want any money from her. And I also said it in a voice message, which I told you about. I don't want any money from you. Okay? What did this tell me? It told me very clearly that Patty had not read my letter. Because if she had read my letter, she would have instantly known that I had not wanted any money from Entergy. So what happens to proposals in the so-called social responsibility department when you send them to Patty? Well, let me tell you what happens. They just sit on her desk. They're a paperweight. And there's no difference between sending her a proposal and having her put it in the trash, as opposed to having to send her a proposal and just have her sit on her desk where she doesn't read it. Okay? Patty, I don't think is a big reader anyway. That was the impression that I got. So what are the words that I associate with Patty Riddlebarger? These are the words that I associate: irresponsible, unprofessional, incompetent, uncaring. And there's one last word: disingenuous. Because I don't think she had any interest at all in really looking at a proposal and reading a 2-page letter that would help kids in Louisiana, that would give them a love for learning, that would encourage them to read and not to drop out of school. That is not what Entergy cares about. What does Entergy care about? They care about a tax deduction. When they give money to a charity, they get a tax deduction. And they care about getting a little PR boost to convince people in Louisiana and the other states in which they operate that they really care about people. And they really don't. They care about money, they care about tax deductions, and they care about doing business. They are not socially responsible. And so I contacted her boss, whose name, by the way, is Kate Kelly Arnold, and I said, "Hey, Kate, Patty just rejected my proposal out of hand. She never read it. Could you give it a thoughtful review? Could you do the responsible thing?" And what was her answer? Never got one. She never responded. Did she do that? No. You see, whenever you test public relations statements, with big companies like this, you will quickly find that they do not care about people. All they care about is making a profit. And it is very disingenuous of them to even say they care, because they don't. They don't care about children. They don't care about the future of their state, which I just find amazing. And I do find that irresponsible. And I do find that uncaring. And I do find that unprofessional. That's really amazing to me. But it was eye-opening, and it's something that you need to know as a person who maybe uses their services or is it just general interest. It's something that you need to know about Entergy. Okay? Anyway, my name is Mark Dempsey. I'm an author and journalist, and you are welcome to contact me if you like at markd112 at yahoo.com. That's markd112 at yahoo.com, and thanks so much for listening.